shape the fortunes of the Red Dogs. When the reins of the team were turned over to Ricky Foggy last week, he responded by launching 7 touchdown passes while devouring the heavily favored Orlando Predators. Today, Foggy once again has visions of grandeur as the Red Dogs tangle with the San Jose SaberCats, led by offensive specialist Steve Pappen, who's #1 in the AFL in all-purpose yards. Coming up next, New Jersey and San Jose go at it like cats and dogs. This afternoon from the Continental Airlines Arena, it's Arena Football League action as East meets West this afternoon as the New Jersey Red Dogs play host to the San Jose SaberCats. New Jersey looking to run its record above 500 and make it 2 wins in a row. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Matt Loughlin. Glad you could join us for AFL action here on Fox Sports New York. The last time we saw the New Jersey Red Dogs in action, they were thoroughly trashed by Tampa Bay, and shortly after that game, John Hufnagel made a move. He traded his starting quarterback, Aaron Garcia, to Iowa. In exchange, New Jersey receives wide receiver Chris Spencer, who will wear number 80 this afternoon and make his first appearance for the Red Dogs. Today I'm joined by Marty Lyons up in the booth, and Marty, that was a big-time trade, and it opened the door for Ricky Foggy.
It really was, Matt. When you talk to John Hufnagel, the head coach, he tells you have to have that certain chemistry on offense. They just didn't have it. He goes with Ricky Foggy last week in Orlando, and he comes up big. He throws for 7 TDs, and he rushes for another one. The guy's got a strong arm. He has the ability to be the leader in the offensive huddle.
3rd year in the AFL for Foggy, and as you said, after he scraped off some of that rust, came up with that big game last week against Orlando, in which New Jersey went on the road and won by a score of 60-49. Also working with us this afternoon is Carl Reuter. Right now, we join him downstairs as he's standing by with the head coach of the Red Dogs, John Hufnagel.
All right, Matt, down here on the field before the game with John Hufnagel, the coach of New Jersey. And John, just a couple of weeks ago, the trade of Aaron Garcia, the quarterback of your team. Why?
Well, we had 2 very good quarterbacks. I had been receiving a lot of phone calls throughout the season concerning the situation. I was very comfortable with both guys. They both have won football games for us. But when we were 2-3, it was a situation where I believed we needed to improve our football team, and only one quarterback was playing at a time. So I decided to trade one to hopefully improve our football team, which I think we did. And I gave Ricky Foggy the nod because, each quarterback brings his own personality to the offense. And even though it's the same plays, the personality kind of made the decision for me. Rick gets rid of the football a little bit quicker, gets deeper in the pocket. And one problem we were having was with pressure. And I thought that he would be able to cope with it a little bit better.
All right, Coach, thanks very much, and good luck in this one.
Thank you.
Back upstairs to you, Matt.
San Jose comes into today's game with a record of 2-4. Last week they had a 2-game winning streak snapped when they lost to Arizona. But if you can stop San Jose in one game, you may not be able to stop #1 Steve Pappen. He's on a roll.
You really can't, Matt. Steve Pappen leads the AFL in all-purpose yardage, averaging over 200 yards per game. This guy knows how to get into the end zone. He has 32 touchdowns in his last 12 games.
So he forms one half of a potent combination for quarterback Ron Lopez. The other half of the receiving combination is a rookie in the AFL. He's Shalon Baker, and right now he's with Carl down in the locker room.
All right, Matt, down here in the San Jose locker room, Shalon Baker just getting the finishing touches here on the training table. And Shalon, what has been the problem so far? A little bit of a slow start for the SaberCats. Any one particular reason?
I don't think there's really any one particular reason. I think, we have a lot of new guys. We've had a couple of different quarterbacks, and I think, looking back on it, we just needed time to gel, and I think hopefully this game will be the one that'll put us over the edge.
All right, this is a team that has not won in their last 5 home games. Do you come out here and attack right from the get-go?
Oh, and in any game, you want to attack right from the get-go. We feel real good about our game plan tonight. We've had an excellent week of practice, and that's exactly what we're going to do, come out and attack from the beginning.
All right, good luck on this one.
Thank you.
All right, back upstairs. Matt, Marty.
So the Red Dogs are ready to try to end that 5-game losing streak at home. The opening kickoff is next.
New Jersey Red Dogs football on Fox Sports New York is brought to you by Miller Lite, who reminds you that anything can happen when it's Miller time. By Anderson Windows and your local Circle of Excellence Anderson dealers. By Windorama, your store for windows, doors, and skylights. And by the New Jersey Red Dogs.
Where can you find bright ideas for remodeling? At your Windorama Idea Center. Hundreds of ideas for big and small budgets. Like quality Anderson windows and patio doors. Windorama can deliver over 10,000 different Anderson window combinations in days, not weeks. Ask about financing and installation options. Windorama, your store for windows, doors, and skylights. Call 1-800-695-RAMA for the Windorama nearest you.
Announcing the new Miller Lite Scratch and Sniff Fantasy Sweepstakes. If you can smell it, you can win it.
It smells like beef.
Smell beef and win 400 pounds of red meat.
You tiresome fool, it's obviously suntan oil.
Smell suntan oil and you win the grand prize. Be an extra on the Sports Illustrated swimsuit shoot.
Hi, Jimmy.
Score! Tell me about it.
See special displays for details.
When we built our house, we found a lot that was just perfect.
Yeah, well, it was the worst site I'd ever seen.
It had everything.
Earthquake, tidal wave, horizontal rays.
We wanted lots of windows.
I insisted on Anderson windows.
At Anderson, we appreciate the builders who time after time make it look easy.
We're still in love with this house.
And I'm still recovering.
Worry-proof, time-proof. Anderson Windows.
Yeah, baby. My job? Let's just say I dabble in the market. Your number? Oh, if you insist. Oh, yes, I have been working out. Can't you tell? Thanks. Hey, where's mine?
Coffee Culotta from Dunkin' Donuts in 2 new flavors, toasted almond and Kahlua. Coffee just this side of frozen.
Home team's Fox attitude. You're watching Fox Sports New York.
Welcome back to the Continental Airlines Arena, the site of this afternoon's Arena Football League matchup between New Jersey and San Jose. Let's introduce the starting lineups. First for New Jersey, and remember, if you're new to AFL action, players go both ways. So we look at the guys up front. The big beat for New Jersey, Brian Smith, Matt Steeple, and Robert Stewart. Now we'll take a look at some of the skill performers. Alvin Ashley is brilliant. He wears number 6. Ricky Foggy there to the right. We talked about him in our open, starting his 2nd consecutive game. And Larry Ray Willis also to the right of your screen. He's the OS, offensive specialist, and he can do it. Comes in 6th in the league in scoring with 96 points. Here are the up-front guys for San Jose. Sam Hernandez, Howard Butler, and Cy Pulavati. Hernandez, 2nd all-time in sacks in the AFL. Shalon Baker wears number 7. Tyrone Peace is a good one also at wide receiver. Ron Lopez, the big quarterback for San Jose. And the man in the middle there, Pat McGurk, an interception specialist, if you will. 4th all-time in AFL history. As we look at the head coach of the SaberCats, Todd Shell, in his 4th year. He's been the only head coach they've had. He's an even 500. The name may be familiar to you, a former NFL player. John Hufnagel also played in the NFL, but more notably in the Canadian Football League. He's in his 2nd year as head coach of New Jersey, the Red Dogs in their 2nd year of existing. If you're new, there are some new rules that you should be aware of. 50-yard field, 8 players on the field per team. Most of them will go both ways. The exceptions, quarterback, kicker, and the specialist. No punting allowed, and 1 receiver may move in motion before the snap. The officials for tonight's game, Dennis Lipsky is the referee, Richard Nelson, Ed Camp, Bill Vinovich, and Frank Kosman working along with the referee this afternoon. Time to check out today's injury report, brought to you by Sports Care, the official sports medicine and rehab provider for the New Jersey Red Dogs. Tyler Young, guard and defensive lineman, was placed on the injured reserve list. He injured his leg last week in the game against Orlando. He's the only significant injury to report for New Jersey. Meanwhile, there is a significant injury to report on the other side of the ball, and that is Titus Hickson, who is one of the all-time great offensive specialists in AFL history, but he's not played yet this year for San Jose. Of course, that has allowed Steve Pappen to step in and do big-time things. So we're just about ready for the opening kickoff. New Jersey will receive. There are nets at the end of the 8-yard end zone. The ball is playable off of the netting. If you look at the Red Dog mascot trying to fire up some of the crowd here. That's the netting I was referring to as Adrian Lunsford, who wears number 3, will go back and return the kick of that man. A familiar name, at least in the last name, Billy Stoyanovich, whose brother Pete kicks for the Kansas City Chiefs. Stoyanovich in his 3rd year in the AFL, a graduate of Michigan State. And last week had a 56-yard field goal. As we look at Lunsford and his numbers on the kick return, has returned one for a touchdown as long, 56 yards. That was the TD return. And we're underway at the Continental Airlines Arena. High kick off the netting. Lunsford handles it. And he gets up to the 5-yard line before he's stopped, and so that's where New Jersey will put it into action. 1st and 10 on their first possession of the afternoon. Tackle on the play made by Leonard Nelson, fullback and linebacker. 1st and 10 for San Jose. Ricky Foggy, the quarterback, 40 for 60 overall, 11 touchdowns, 1 interception.
And it's really important for the Red Dogs to come out right away. Remember last week in Orlando, even though they won, very slow start.
Foggy last week, 25 for 36 for 299 yards and threw those 7 touchdowns. Pump fakes and fires it incomplete. Looking for one of the new players, Mike Andrews. Andrews acquired recently from Milwaukee for Brad Lacombe. I think I said Mike Andrews. It's Dave Andrews. Andrews, the intended receiver on the first play of the game. Clock runs.
Right formation.
Despite the incompletion, another one of the innovations of the AFL.
Go. Yellow 88. Yellow 88. Hot, hot, hot.
Obvious movement on the part of San Jose, and so a flag is thrown.
Sam Hernandez, number 55.
Hernandez in his 7th year in the AFL. Second all-time sack leader with 25 and a half.
Offside. Number 55 on the defense. Unabated pass to the quarterback. 3-yard penalty. Still 2nd down.
And if you're wondering, did he say 3-yard penalty? Yes. As we look at the SaberCats, who have been penalized 59 times, the most in the AFL this season.
Yellow 88.
Pass is tipped at the line of scrimmage. Andrews, the intended receiver again, but it'll be 3rd and 7. You heard Foggy calling the set. Foggy is wearing a microphone this afternoon. So too is head coach John Huffnagel. We'll hear them converse from time to time.
Okay. So right, 50-44 on 1st down. Ready? Okay.
Foggy's got to get on target right now, Matt. First 2 passes, not even close to his receivers.
Very quiet here at Continental Airlines Arena. Not a very big crowd, but they're waiting for something to get them juiced up.
0 for 3.
And Foggy overthrows Larry Ray Willis. So it'll be 4th and 7. We mentioned a moment ago no punting allowed in the AFL, but because of the 50-yard dimension, long field goals are not unheard of. You look at John Huffnagel, a little upset by that first offensive series, and I can't blame him. 0 for 3 by Foggy. So Steve Viditek on to try the field goal. 6 for 11 on the season, is long 47 yards. And the ball goes across the line. It was reached for and pulled in by Steve Tappan. But it crossed the plane, short on the field goal try. The ball is brought out to the 5, so it's 1st and 5 for San Jose.
I think the momentum right there, Tappan tried to make the reception. He stepped out of bounds.
Ron Lopez, the quarterback for San Jose, 60 for 118, 15 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. Quarterback has been a problem position for San Jose. Lopez, the 3rd starting quarterback they've had this year. This just the 7th game of the season. He comes out winging it and is complete to Shalon Baker across the 10-yard line.
Baker only 5'6", 176 pounds. Comes off, pushes that defensive back, turns outside, makes the reception.
2nd and 3, ball 12.
Baker with 8 touchdowns on the season. Spent 3 years in the Canadian Football League before moving here to his first season in the AFL. Baker wearing number 7. Papin, number 1, the man in motion. On 2nd down, in and out of the hands of Papin, who's across midfield, but it'll bring up a 3rd and 3.
Defensive back number 25 for the Red Dogs, Kevin Guy, probably got his hand up, got a piece of that ball. Another look at it, Papin, number 1, going to run an out pattern. Watch number 25. Gets up there, blocks his vision.
Papin squeezing that right hand. Looks like maybe came up with a bit of a jammed finger on that incomplete. On 3rd down, Lopez barking the signals. And it's incomplete. In and out of the hands once again of the intended receiver. This time number 2, Kyle Gary, rookie out of Idaho.
Another nice play by Kevin Guy, number 25. Good closing time on the ball.
Guy out of West Alabama. So a field goal try here by Stojanovic, who is 10 of 23 only, but with a long of 56. Ball marked down at the 4. Lopez to hold. A 54-yard field goal try, and it is short. Short and wide to the left. It goes off the hands of Lunsford and out of bounds, and so the ball is brought out to the 5. So each team has had a field goal attempt after the offense has stagnated on their first series.
Yeah, come on.
And so it'll be the 2nd try for the Red Dogs. John Huffnagel running out onto the field. 8 coaches allowed on the field for each team on each side of the ball. Todd Shell, the head coach for San Jose, and John Huffnagel, the head coach of New Jersey, both on the field right now.
Number 80, Chris Spencer. The player acquired for that trade from Aaron Garcia is now in the game. Now they're sending them out.
Spencer comes off, but
too many players on the field right there, Matt.
Too many for San Jose, and quick count. Yeah, there were enough out there for New Jersey.
You got who you want?
New Jersey calls the timeout, however. Chad Lindsay, number 21, not happy about the miscommunication. At any rate, we're going to take a short timeout. 9:42 to play in the first. We're scoreless.
It's high score. Heart stopping. Helmet popping. In your face football action. New Jersey Red Dogs Arena Football. The 50-yard indoor war. It's coming again this summer to the Continental Airlines Arena. New Jersey Red Dogs Arena Football gives fans the heart-pounding football action and excitement they deserve. Athleticism, high energy, electricity, and scoring compressed into the 50-yard indoor battlefield where every fan is so close, they're part of the action. Football, fireworks, pandemonium. Taste the thrill of New Jersey Red Dogs Arena Football this summer at the Continental Airlines Arena. Call 1-888-RED-DOGS for ticket information. That's 1-888-RED-DOGS. It's a party that's the best value in entertainment and the fastest growing sport anywhere.
Matt Loughlin, Marty Lyons, and Carl Reuter. We're back at the Continental Airlines Arena in a league that features lots of action and high scores. Well, we're scoreless early on. Long way to go, but the offense has been stuck in neutral.
A little tight right now, Matt.
New New Jersey has not won at home in their last 5 games. A streak that dates back to June 20th of last season, so they're trying to snap out of it. And Foggy has the pass knocked down again. Second time he's had a pass deflected at the line of scrimmage. Sam Hernandez getting the hands up.
Let's go Jets, 44. Okay.
So Foggy now 0 for 4 as we take a look at Hernandez, and we'll check out the replay.
Right there, Foggy, he's not getting back far enough. Good pressure by the defensive line. Ball gets tipped at the line of scrimmage.
Hernandez, 6'3", 260 pounds.
Hey, big dog.
Yellow, 88.
Foggy hit as he releases the ball, has Larry Ray Willis for a touchdown.
Well, you want to light up the scoreboard, you have to find number 1, Larry Ray Willis.
45-yard touchdown pass from Foggy to Willis for Willis's 17th touchdown of the season.
Foggy's going to go back. Good pressure by the SaberCats. Watch this pass. Larry Ray Willis makes the reception over his shoulder and in for the score.
Beating Pat McGurk on the play, and New Jersey jumps out to the 6-0 lead. Viditic on for the extra point. Lunsford to hold.
I'm keeping up with.
And the kick is good. Viditic now 36 of 39 in extra points. We're going to take a brief pause. When we come back, action will resume here at the Continental Airlines Arena, New Jersey on top.
Here at the first hole of the Cooper Tire Invitational, a par 8,000. Quick update. Earlier leader Arnold Palmer from in front of a pesky giant O. And then he found the rough and lots of it. Yet he seems to be moving along quite well. Bill?
Thanks, Jim. Arnie, what are you using on this rough terrain? Cooper tires. All right, you heard it. Arnie, Lang 6020. The world is your course. Drive on.
We are Whopper Divers. Flame broiled Whopper Divers. Indeed. Whopper? No, I didn't. Most people driving. We diving. Extra pickles. They're fine.
The legendary Flame Broiled Whopper from Burger King, America's best loved burger. Right now, just 99 cents.
We wouldn't do this for a Big Mac. I mean, we're not crazy or anything.
If you ask us, it just tastes better.
Last week, Larry Ray Willis caught 4 touchdown passes. He's caught his first of the afternoon.
Again, left-hand side of your screen, he's just going to cut all the way across the field, but watch Foggy leads him right over his shoulder and in for the score. 17th touchdown of the season.
Came into today's game 6th in scoring in the league, 6th in receiving yards, 2nd, or check it out, 6th in total receptions, 2nd in receiving yards. Steve Pappin back to receive the kickoff from Viditic. And it goes through the netting. Would have been a good field goal, but can't give him 3 for that.
Nice kick.
Viditic with the booming right leg. Ball will be moved out to the 5-yard line.
2 plays, 45 yards. Not a lot of time. 1 minute and 54 seconds.
Well, New Jersey was able to score after 3 and a missed field goal try. Let's see what San Jose does after 0 for 3 and a missed field goal try. Ron Baker moving in motion. He is the intended receiver. He's got it inside the 10, down near the 5.
Baker just come running off the line of scrimmage. Lunsford gets turned around, and Matt, you were almost right. Almost another score.
40-yard catch and run on the play.
There's Baker. He turns around. Lunsford makes the reception. Lunsford recovers, tackles him on the 5-yard line.
A couple of weeks ago, we saw Tampa Bay's George LaFrance run similar patterns all night long. Tampa Bay rolled to an easy victory that night, 81-42. First running play of the Maslowski, and he's in for the touchdown. 5-yard touchdown run by Mike Maslowski. His second rushing touchdown of the season. A bruiser, 6'3", 250 pounds, and we're an extra point away from being tied.
Well, Pepin came in motion. Number one, you see him go in motion, then they just hand it off to the fullback. Malowski's a big boy, 6'3", 250 pounds, just bulldozed him in for the score.
Stoyanovich on for the extra point try, and it's good. And so we are tied at 7 with 6:23 to play in the first half. Maslowski, 23 years old, from Wisconsin Lacrosse, first year in the league. And as I mentioned, second rushing touchdown of the season. He ran for his first last week in the loss to Arizona.
Another look at it. Quick flip to the fullback. He gets outside. Watch him lower the shoulders right there, Matt. Runs him over.
Running over Kevin Guy. Last week, Maslowski's touchdown run was 23 yards. That was the third longest run in team history. This one a little shorter at 5. All right, so the offense has gotten geared up a little bit. They've loosened up a little bit. And let's see what will happen here on the third possession of the first quarter for New Jersey. Adrian Lunsford, where's number 3? He's back to return this kick by Stoyanovich. Lunsford, 5'10", 180 pound, a good speed. And handles it off the netting. Has a little lane, but Maslowski down there quickly shuts it down. And what could have been a big return is closed off. And New Jersey will have it at the 8-yard line, 1st and 10.
Again, 2 plays, 45 yards, a minute and 44 seconds.
Maslowski stays on the field as a linebacker, 3rd on the team, actually tied 3rd on the team in tackles. Let's check in with Carl Reuter.
Matt, you know, it seems to be the trend of people now when they tape up their ankles on the outside, they seem to put a wife's name or a girlfriend's name. In the case of Ricky Foggy, he has his son's name, Trey and Ricky, taped on that right ankle. Maybe that's some inspiration back upstairs.
Little hello to the family as Foggy connects on his second pass of the afternoon. Second completion of the afternoon.
17-yard pass to number 6, Alvin Ashley.
42nd reception this season by Ashley. So New Jersey on the move, 1st and 10. Less than 5.5 minutes to play in the first quarter. Ashley with 10 touchdown receptions this year. He and Willis give New Jersey the best receiving combo in the league. This time, it's Dave Andrews along the sideline, drilled by Phillips. Melvin Phillips, 6'6". Might be the biggest player in the league, 6'6", 210 pounds.
Again, watch the protection of the offensive line. The Red Dogs giving Foggy plenty of time. Andrews makes the reception, goes toward the boards, picks up a first down and 13 yards.
Yeah, Phillips actually a little late in getting in there. Tyrone Peace got the first piece. Foggy with time. One receiver slips, but he finds his second man, and Alvin Ashley inside the 10-yard line. Larry Ray Willis a little slow in getting up. He made a sharp cut. He was the primary receiver, but fell down.
But again, that offensive line is doing an excellent job right there. They take all the defenders. They're going to push them to the side. Foggy has the ability to sidearm it, find his receiver. Another look at Willis. He's going to go down. Little cut pattern, stutter step, gets caught by that turf monster there on the 3-yard line.
Reached up and pulled him down. Second down.
Come on.
Foggy with lots of time. Touchdown, Dave Andrews. Tyrone Peace wanted a flag call for offensive interference. Now a flag is thrown, but it's after the touchdown is recorded by Andrews. His first touchdown as a Red Dog.
Raise her up! Let's go, baby!
7-yard catch. Foggy to Andrews.
Another look at it, but watch the job of the offensive line. A lot of time. There's Andrews, number 4, puts his hands up, makes the reception. And watch the spike. The Red Dogs spike!
And the spiked ball wound up going into the stands, which is why the flag was thrown. Delay of game penalty call. So the ball moved out 3 yards, so a little longer extra point try for Steve Viditek. And it's good. 2 for 2 today is Steve Viditek, and New Jersey has recaptured the lead, leading 14-7 with 3:26 to play in the first quarter.
Another look at it. Watch the pass protection of the offensive line. Too much time. There's one pump. Nobody around him. He looks to the other side of the field again. There's Andrews. Goes up, balances it, makes the reception, and now the Red Dog spike.
Your number 1.
Boom! Problem was it went all the way up into the stands. Then came back.
But the touchdown is good, so the Dogs lead the Cats 14-7.
It was raining cats and dogs today when we came over here.
All weekend long. Ricky Foggy. A little chat with our Carl Reuter. I'm sure we'll get Carl's
little nachos and cheese right there.
Gotta have that. Come out to the game, you gotta chow. One thing is for certain, the fans who come out to these games have a great time. They thoroughly enjoy themselves. And the Red Dogs trying to send the fans home happy tonight, but long way to go as Pappin fields the kick. Flag is thrown behind the play as Pappin brings it out to the 12-yard line. Alvin Ashley downfield to make the tackle, but we'll get the call from Dennis Lipsky.
Holding, number 2 on the receiving team, half the distance to the goal, first down.
So the penalty sets back San Jose. Kyle Gary called for the penalty. 4 plays, 42 yards. Quick strike for the Red Dogs.
Look.
Quick pitch to Pappin. Tries to cut back. Breaks 1 tackle and scoots out to the 9-yard line. Let's check in with Carl.
Matt and Marty, I just spoke to Ricky Foggy, the quarterback of New Jersey, and asked him what intangible he might have that Aaron Garcia didn't have. He says, you know what, I'm just loose. I go out there, it is business. I like to have fun. He says, but if I'm loose, the players see that I'm loose, they can go out and have some fun, and it's not such a tense situation. So he says fun and business mix, and the guys know how to react to that. Back upstairs.
That's a great attitude to have. Come out here and wing it.
And the last time he was the starting quarterback at home, he threw 9 touchdowns. That was the last home victory for the New Jersey Red Dogs.
Good pressure by number 44, Ron Perry.
That came back on June 20th of last year when they won 91-62 over Texas.
Another look at the pressure by the Red Dogs. Watch number 44, Ron Perry, off the corner. Lopez has to throw the ball away.
So it'll be 3rd down. Lopez airing it out wide open, touchdown. Kyle Gary got past his man. And it's 14-13.
Gary's just going to blow by Alvin Ashley. Lopez goes back, just throws the home run pass, and there it is, 41 yards.
Second touchdown reception of the year for Gary.
Going to be on the left side of your screen. Lopez goes back. Watch Kyle Gary, number 2. 41 yards.
They had a 5-yard lead on Ashley. Stojanovic is good with the extra point. We're tied at 14.
One thing about arena football, you don't have any help deep. You've got to stay up there man on man. 41 yards. Knotted up at 14. Watch Lopez. No pressure this time by the Red Dogs. He just lofts it out there. 5 yards behind Alvin Ashley. Kyle Gary in for the score. All knotted at 14.
Gary, a rookie out of Idaho. He's 25 years of age. Had 3 catches last week against Arizona. San Jose lost that game on the road, 48-26, their second loss of the season to Arizona.
Yeah, we should go Jets again.
Okay.
Now Larry Ray Willis checking in with John Huffnagel. Marty, is it just the nature of the beast of this sport that you're going to get plays like that, home run balls, or does John have to be concerned about what he's seen over the last few games? I refer back to the Tampa Bay game where New Jersey was just vulnerable on straight plays down the middle or down the sideline.
You got to remember, everybody's matched up one-on-one. It's man-on-man coverage. You've got to get up there, slow that guy's momentum down. If he breaks one way, you've got to have the recovery speed. Right there, Alvin Ashley went for the fake up front, got left in the dust.
Lunsford, a little problem handling the kick. Ducks under a tackler and has room. Lunsford finally brought down to the 20-yard line. Lunsford had some problems handling it. Then ducked under a would-be tackler and was gone.
Showed great balance right there at about the 3-yard line.
So great field position for New Jersey as Adrian Lunsford continues to shine. He and Ashley ran into each other a little bit at the end. Both appear to be okay.
Another look at it. Lunsford, number 3, takes it off the net. Breaks outside. Good balance right here to avoid the tackle and the trip. One block. He would have gone all the way, and he's tripped up. Nice return.
Stojanovic slowing him down just a little bit.
Go! Start!
Movement. Hernandez jumps across. We saw Ashley burst to the line of scrimmage and then apply the brakes. You know, that's timing because I guess as a defender you're thinking, well, he's going to go across. That's the snap.
That's voicing.
7 on the defense. Made contact. 3-yard penalty. Still first down.
That's a good hard count by your quarterback and last discipline by your defensive lineman.
Hernandez jumped. So did Howard Butler. 3-yard penalty, 1st and 7 at the 17.
Yellow, 88.
Ashley again moves. Pitch to Ron Perry. Second-year pro out of Grambling. One of the rare times they'll put the ball on the ground. This is a throwing team philosophically. And unless they have to, or once in a while to make you think about something, they rather go to the air than put the ball on the ground. It is the final play of the first quarter. 14 points for each team. We're deadlocked after 1.
Did you hear?
Hear what?
No, really? I didn't know. I had no idea.
What? What?
Pitney Bowes sells copiers.
No.
Yes, a full line of highly reliable analog to state-of-the-art digital color and network systems. Awarded the most outstanding copier line of 1997 by Byers Laboratories. Pitney Bowes is the right smart copier for your office.
I don't believe it.
Believe it. Pitney Bowes copiers, the smart choice.
I'd like a wireless phone.
Come here. Free phone if you sign up today, plus a zillion free minutes. Off peak only, after a monthly service charge, which I change it will. Sign here.
What's this?
You're indebted to me forever, yada, yada, yada.
A contract?
Don't do it. Don't do it.
At OmniPoint, we have no contract to sign and no hidden charges. So there's nothing to be afraid of.
Look, I'm going to let you keep your firstborn.
OmniPoint. Clear sound. Great deal.
Get a $129 Siemens digital phone for just $49.
Matt, everybody's having a good time here. Little dancing by the cheerleaders.
Little BTO in the background, and I would say to the more ardent supporters of the Red Dogs here. A lot of fans are out despite the drizzle, and it did subside the heavy rain as we got closer to game time. They were out tailgating before the game, throwing the footballs around in the parking lot. Enjoying New Jersey Red Dog action, and we hope you're having some fun watching it this afternoon on Fox Sports New York. 14-all as we prepare for the start of the second quarter. Ricky Foggy, number 14, is the quarterback for the Red Dogs. Under some pressure. Flag thrown. Fires the ball in the corner of the end zone too far and incomplete. So San Jose, not a team normally known for being able to put some pressure on the quarterback.
Well, this flag's going to be on number 90, Brian Smith. Got beat with a nice move by the defensive lineman. Tried to hold him. Check your quarterback. Out came that yellow flag.
First time Foggy has really been under substantial pressure all afternoon.
Number 90 on the offense. 8-yard penalty from the previous spot. Repeat second down.
Let's go left formation, 94 protection. Let's go mash, stop. Okay. Y'all got the hold routes outside on red. Ready? 8 yards hold.
10-yard hold. He's like the old button hook, Matt. Go out 10 yards, turn around. He's going to deliver the strike. Let's see if it works.
Yellow 88.
Foggy intercepted. Picked off on the play by Tommy Jones. His 5th interception of the season.
Foggy goes back. He's got a receiver, number 4, Dave Andrews, wide open. Decides to go to the middle of the field. Number 5, Tommy Jones, comes up with the interception. Foggy's going to go back. Looking out to his right. Throws in the middle of the field, but there's number 5. Tommy Jones. Turnover for the Red Dogs.
And so as they give the ball over, San Jose, 1st and 10. Happy spins his way across midfield. Near a first down.
Tappan, only 5'10", 180 pounds, from Portland State. Comes in motion. They're going to pitch to him. He's going to run the ball, pick up 8 yards.
Do what I told you.
Second and 2.
So 2nd and 2. Chance for San Jose to take the lead. Kyle Gary moves forward. Handoff. Goes to Leonard Nelson, dragged down by Brian Smith. But he was able to move forward enough to get the first down. Smith, graduate of Rhode Island, played in the Arena Bowl, which is the championship game of the AFL, with Iowa back in '96. 3rd year in the league for Brian Smith. 2nd year with New Jersey.
Don't adjust your TV. That's the old double box.
Steve Pappen isolated lower left. Little flip to Nelson out of the backfield. He fumbles, but Pappen falls on it at the 5.
Nice touch by Lopez. He's going to find Nelson coming across the middle. Lofts it out there. Nelson makes the reception. Another look at it. Watch Lopez. He's going to lead his big fullback. Nelson makes it. Stripped of the ball by number 21. Chad Lindsay. Pappen right there to fall on it. First and goal.
Pappen, Johnny on the spot, avoiding a problem for San Jose, and now they're threatening. Toss for Pappen, touchdown! Steve Pappen gives San Jose its first lead of the afternoon.
Nice play selection right there by the SaberCats. A little play action. Lopez is going to go back. Pappen drags all the way across the middle, right there in the front of the end zone. Here it is, little play action. Cuts across the middle, gets the separation from the defensive back, and then in for the score.
Stojanovic with the extra point, and it's 21-14. So 11:18 to play in the second quarter as we take another look at the go-ahead score by San Jose. Lopez to Pappen, and we'll be back right after this.
Remember when your bike looked cool? You never imagined that it could get any better. Now imagine. V-Star Classic and V-Star Custom from Yamaha. Starting at just $55.99. Some stars are suddenly within your reach.
Available at Yamaha Ramsey, Route 17, Ramsey, New Jersey.
When we built our house, we found a lot that was just perfect.
Yeah, well, it was the worst sight I'd ever seen.
It had everything.
Earthquakes, tidal waves, horizontal rays.
We wanted lots of windows.
I insisted on Anderson windows.
At Anderson, we appreciate the builders who time after time make it look easy.
We're still in love with this house.
And I'm still recovering.
Worry-proof, time-proof. Anderson Windows.
Another look at it. Let's see why this play works down on the end zone. Quarterback Lopez is going to fake here. Little quick pitch action. Pappen's going to come across the middle. Freeze the linebackers. There's the fake. Pappen's coming across. And there's the score.
Pappen has now scored in every game he has played for San Jose. He joined the SaberCats for the final 5 games of the regular season last year after playing for the Scottish Claymores of the World League. So 5 games last year, 1 playoff game, and now 7 regular season games here in '98. So Pappen keeps his streak alive, and the SaberCats have the 7-point lead. That's not easy to do in any league.
Pat, when you look down and you see what this young man has accomplished as far as all-purpose yardage, coming into today's game, he's rushed for 60 yards, receiving 588 yards, field goal returns, 83 yards, and kickoff returns, 595 yards.
Earned a degree in speech communication from Portland State. Ball returned by Ashley out to the 5-yard line.
Delon Baker, number 7, to make the stop.
So it'll be first down for New Jersey. First time they've trailed on the afternoon.
Let's go.
Right, Sam, you got that side? 39 control, right over here. Ready?
Again, Ricky Foggy wearing a microphone this afternoon. So too John Huffnagel, the head coach.
Yellow 88! Bull! Yellow 88!
And it's knocked down by Nelson at the line of scrimmage. 3rd time that has happened to Foggy this afternoon.
Again, the offensive line, one series they're blocking everybody at the line of scrimmage. The next time the pocket falls back on to Foggy. Foggy, if he can't get the ball off with a 3-step drop, you have to go to a 5-step drop. Watch the push of the defensive line. Center back on his heels. Foggy almost trips. Now he's going to throw the ball. There's that big hand of Nelson. Knocks it down.
Chris Pope trying to block Nelson, but he got his big mitt up in the air. Now come off the field. We'll shake it up.
Yellow 88. Hot!
Pressure. Foggy steps up underneath the pressure and fires it incomplete for Willis.
Little sidearm pass right there. Larry Ray Willis trying to run without the ball.
So it'll be 3rd down and 10.
Oh, nice.
Foggy 6 for 12.
Let's go. Yep.
Started out 0 for 3.
Yep. See, Luke. 50, 69, go on blue. Ready?
Look of concern on the face of John Huffnagel.
Yellow 88. Yellow 88. Hot!
Under pressure, Foggy hit as he releases it. And that caused the ball to float out toward Larry Ray Willis.
Number 97, Howard Butler, getting back, putting a little pressure on Foggy. Watch Foggy, there he is. He controls the ball. He goes back. Here's the pressure. Number 97, Howard Butler.
And so Steve Viditek will try a field goal with the ball placed down in the end zone. 60-yard field goal try. And it's short. Returned by Pappin. Hasselum has the speed. And Pappin brings it back into Red Dog territory across midfield before he was brought down by Kulikowski.
What you got to like about Pappin is he doesn't have a slow gear. He took it off the net and he's full speed.
36-yard return for Pappin.
Another look at it. Takes it off the net. And watch this. Full gear. He's not going to slow down. He sees the defenders coming. He's running.
And of course, this
36-yard return.
This is the best opportunity for a long return because linemen have been held up as they're trying to block the onrushing linemen for the field goal try. There's a lot of room as Mike Meslowski, who rushed for a touchdown earlier in the ball game, rambles his way for a first down. So Meslowski rumbling and stumbling, and that gives us a chance to send it down to Carl Reuter.
Matt, when the offense just came off the field for New Jersey, the inconsistent play causes John Huffnagel, the coach, to look at the defense and say, fellas, we've been inconsistent on offense. Now we need a big stand from you defensively. We need a play made. Now, that's unusual in a high-scoring league where points are pretty much every minute to put a stand on the defense right now to come up big, and we're only midway through the second quarter.
We'll see if the defense comes through as the pass intended for Pappin. Overthrown. Pierre Hickson on the coverage. New Jersey second in the East. And so at 3-3, it is a big game because the 4 division winners make it to the playoffs. And then the 4 teams with the best record, next best 4 also go. So they've got to make a move. That's why there's the concern on Huffnagel's face. Also wants to get a win at home. Dump pass from Meslowski, who's drilled into the side boards by Chad Lindsay. Lindsay 6'1", 190. Meslowski 6'3", 250. Meslowski's going to win that one.
You're right, but he went into the board.
We got to get it, get it.
San Jose is doing an excellent job play selection, using their fullback, using their wide receivers.
Lopez now 6 for 10, 112 yards. He's thrown 2 touchdowns. Looking for his 3rd. short, incomplete. Tapping the intended receiver, Hickson the coverage, and a flag thrown on the play. Ramon Luster was complaining to one of the officials.
Holding, number 98 on the offense. Penalties decline, forced out.
Now we know why he was complaining, but the penalty is turned down.
Another look at the defense. Hickson, number 2, plays the ball, comes in, trips the receiver.
Field goal try. Hickson a little shaken up on the play on the sideline as Stoyanovich on for the field goal. And he drills it. And San Jose has extended its lead to 10. They lead 24-14 with 5:56 to play in the first half. We'll come back with more AFL action after this.
Hole 3 of the Cooper Tire Invitational, a par 10,000. Our leader lying 7,012. Bill, how'd he get there?
Well, Jim, Arnold's gotten through some rough terrain, thanks in part to his Cooper tires. Then that nice run, keeping it left along the Canadian border. Arnold, what's in store for the rest of the hole?
Got to clear those giant heads. The Cooper tires will do the job. The world is your course. Drive on.
Yeah, baby. My job? Let's just say I dabble in the market. Your number? Oh, if you insist. Oh, yes, I have been working out. Can't you tell? Thanks. Hey, where's mine?
Coffee Culotta from Dunkin' Donuts in 2 new flavors, toasted almond and Kahlua. Coffee just this side of frozen.
Dog bone came with the fans today. New Jersey Red Dogs football, dogs and cats fighting it out here at the Continental Airlines Arena. The sport draws a lot of young fans in just its second year here in the metropolitan area. That field goal by Stoyanovich giving San Jose the 24-14 lead. And Billy Stoyanovich on to kick off with Adrian Lunsford back to receive it. Lunsford, number 3, waits for it off the net. And it's brought down before he gets to the 5-yard line. Well, the offense, for the most part, Marty, for New Jersey, has been stymied by this San Jose defense and a little lack of execution on their own part.
Very inconsistent, and it does start with the quarterback. You know, Foggy can say you can come out, you can play relaxed, and the team's going to, you know, surround you, and they're going to play with that same type of atmosphere. But you got to go out there and start clicking now. You're 10 points behind.
Little heat on number 14.
Yellow 88. Yellow 88.
Screen pass for Pope. And Pope is able to dance along the sideline, pick up a few yards. Chris Pope, 6'2", 240-pound rookie out of Central Arkansas.
Little middle screen right there. Pope's got to make a decision as soon as he makes this reception and flip it back outside.
So left formation, 94 protection, Coco hold on blue, ready? 8-yard stop. No, 94. Check blue, go, yellow 88. Yellow 88. The hut. Blue.
Flag thrown.
Robert Stewart, offensive lineman for the Red Dogs. Little movement there.
Well, we have a time here. Let's send it downstairs to Carl Reuter.
All right, Matt, just talking with the line judge in this game, Ed Camp, and I asked him if there's any unusual happenings in this league. He said, well, it's only my first year in the league, but last week in Orlando, on the kickoff, ball hit the camera right in the end zone. So, of course, the receiver back there, the kick returner, returned it. Then there was a discussion. They said, hey, wait a minute. We got to go back on that. It's got to be a touchback. And that was discussed before this game. Whether or not the ball hits that camera, it will be ruled a touchback. It's not in play. Back upstairs.
All right, Carl. Well, another one of the rules updates to include in our broadcast. Those
Pretty interesting. There's cameras.
One hanging from each crossbar. By the way, they're only 9 feet wide, the uprights. Narrow and high. First and 10 for New Jersey. Willis in motion. Foggy has some time. Going for it all. Touchdown! Larry Ray Willis on the receiving end of a Ricky Foggy bomb. And New Jersey back on the board.
34 yards. Foggy to Willis. Another look at it. Again, no pressure. Offensive line doing a great job. Foggy's going to find Willis right in front of the end zone.
Tommy Jones on the coverage, a step late. And Larry Ray Willis takes a breather on the bench as New Jersey creeps a little closer in the closing moments here of the first half. The Viditek's extra point hits the crossbar, hits the upright rather.
No good.
And is no good. That could be critical as this game moves on. So, New Jersey down by 4, 24-20. Just the fourth extra point missed by Viditek on the season.
Another look at it. Watch where the ball's going to hit the upright. Left-hand side. Viditek goes through. The ball slightly tilted. There it is. Outside of the upright. Another ISO on Willis. Comes in motion. Now he cuts back, kicks it into high gear. Watch this pass right over his shoulder again. Perfect throw by Foggy.
Larry Ray Willis, now 18 TDs on the season. Second of the game.
Had a big day last week against Orlando. 12 receptions, 195 yards, 4 TDs. Was the Wilson game MVP.
Stepping on the end line, Steve Pappin, as the ball comes out to the 5-yard line. Almost looked like Viditek was aiming for that camera that Carl was referring to a moment ago.
Could be. Be a nice little target to shoot at.
So with a little over 3 minutes to play in the first half, San Jose with the lead and the ball.
Scoring drive, 3 plays, 45 yards. Just under 3 minutes. Willis, 35-yard touchdown reception.
Plenty of time here for San Jose. Now Gary was in motion. Lopez's pass is complete to Melvin Phillips, who wrestled down just across the 15-yard line.
Took a lot of red jerseys to get Phillips down.
He was surrounded, but he's a big target, 6'6", 210 pounds, from Texas A&M at Kingsville. Used to be called Texas A&I, the Javelinas, a very strong Division II program. So a first down picked up by the SaberCats as we approach the 2-minute mark. Quick pass to Pappin, and it's incomplete. He couldn't handle it. Pierre Hickson, Kevin Guy, right around Pappin. Lopez last year played for Anaheim in Florida, then moved on this year to the SaberCats as we take a look at his comparison with Foggy this afternoon.
Numbers are relatively the same.
And we're separated by just 4 points on the board. San Jose with the lead, 24-20. Lopez under pressure, lets it fly for Phillips. A flag on the play.
Bring it back.
And clearly pushed off.
on the play. Melvin Phillips going to get caught for pushing off on the end zone. Offensive pass interference. Another look at it. He's wide open right there. Lunsford comes over. There's the little push. Bring it back.
Pass interference, number 22 on the offense. 5-yard penalty from the previous spot and loss of down.
And loss of down right there. Big penalty also.
Big turn of events.
Third.
Lunsford had gotten a good inside position, kind of forced Phillips if he wanted to get to the ball, of course.
Well, the problem with that play, Ron Lopez, the quarterback, didn't see him soon enough. He was wide open. They tried to force it at the end.
The 3rd and long. And we have a whistle for the 1-minute warning. The New York Mets are on a roll, and they return to Fox Sports New York on Tuesday night. They head north to visit the Montreal Expos. Our coverage begins with our 30-minute pregame show. Mets game time at 6:30. Then at 7, Mike Piazza and the Mets begin their 3-game series against the Expos. And it begins Tuesday night right here on Fox Sports New York. Mets are hoping that Mike Piazza is back. Missed last night's game with a mild shoulder strain. Lopez complete to Pappin.
What a catch.
Wow.
Steve Pappin's going to get wrapped into the boards, 27 yards on the reception. You know, it's one thing to know you're going to be hit by a player, another thing to know you're going to run straight into the board. Steve Pappin cuts across. Here it comes, makes the reception. Daddy! Right into the red dog.
Driven into the red dog by Pierre Hicks, and great concentration by Pappin. Second catch of the afternoon. The first one went for a score. SaberCats on the move. Less than a minute to play. Nelson on the run. Driven out of bounds. Boy, you get a bad case of whiplash. Those boards are just about at the lower back. It's hurting you, huh, Marty?
I'll tell you what, that one hurt my back. I could hear it all the way up here. Nelson takes that pitch. He goes around, turns sideways. Then they just slam him right in the middle of the back.
A moment ago when we had the 1-minute warning, as we take a look at the boards that go around the field, we heard 1 minute timing rules are in effect. In the final minute, the clock will stop on out-of-bounds plays and incompletion, unlike what happens in the first 14 minutes of each quarter, or rather in the first quarter, in the first 14 minutes of the second quarter. At any rate, as I get untangled, Steve Pappin finds his way into the end zone.
You were on the right track, though, Matt.
As was he.
You really were.
I was going to get there, like a slowly moving
When you're
creature.
5'10", 180 pounds, you get behind those offensive linemen, tuck in behind that fullback in the running game for the SaberCats. The big difference in the first half so far.
So Pappin with another score. 7-yard run for Pappin. Stojanovic. Billy Stojanovic on for the extra point try, and it is good. Steve Pappin came into today's game as the all-purpose yardage leader in the AFL, and he has shown us why. Well, he can do just about everything.
Another look at it. Watch, he's going to jump right in the pocket of number 40, Nelson. There's the big guys up front. They're blocking, and then he slides in, and he's in for the score.
Not much to say by John Huffnagel. Scoreboard and team's performance kind of tell the story.
Steve is somewhat, his shoulders bother him, right? So I just go quick protection. Okay? I expect him to be in probably sky of some sort. And work that way, right? You might want to ask him how he's doing. Hey, Joe! Joe Moss! Joe Moss! Joe! Keep an eye on Steve, okay? We don't have anyone. I know that. I know. Just keep an eye on him. I just want to go quick protection first.
got the last 40 here, number 40 right now. But just watch.
Well, someone, I didn't quite pick up who he was referring to, but somebody, John Huffnagel, was talking about having a sore shoulder. Talked to Ricky Foggy about it. Off one of the bar. That's a live ball, and San Jose has recovered it. It hit the far upright, and that is a live ball. New Jersey couldn't pick it up. San Jose's Tommy Jones grabs it, and a big break for the SaberCats in the final minute of this first half.
Well, also Larry Ray Willis came out and touched the ball, trying to pick it up, couldn't get control of it. Big break for the SaberCats, up by 11. There it is, it comes off the upright. Watch number 1, Larry Ray trying to get his hands on it. Can't make the recovery.
So San Jose leading by 11 with the ball at the 7. First and goal. Cats clawing the dog as Tappan is upended behind the line of scrimmage by Alvin Ashley.
And we talk about the difference, Matt, in rushing. San Jose, 43 yards rushing. New Jersey, 1.
And a timeout called for by San Jose with 22 seconds remaining in the first half. Todd Shell has to like what his team has done. They've come cross country. And they're coming off the loss, and they've got the lead and a chance to add to it here in the late stages. Well, next week the Red Dogs are back in action here at the Continental Airlines Arena. We'll have it for you as they take on the Florida Bobcats. Our coverage begins at 7:30 as you can see the full intensity of arena football. Red Dogs and Bobcats Friday night at 7:30 exclusively on Fox Sports, New York.
Be a nice night to come out, get that Father's Day weekend started early.
Little present for Dad, tickets available. Guarantee you'll have some fun. Music rocking, points on the board, little tailgate on a Friday evening, fire up the barbecue.
Doesn't get any better.
Gotta like it, bring the ball, throw it around the parking lot, come in and check out some arena football action. Lopez has a man, Gary, touchdown. Kyle Gary in the corner of the end zone. Lopez was leveled as he threw the ball, but Gary with his second touchdown of the game.
Another look at it, left-hand side. Gary's going to run a streak pattern to the back of the end zone. Underneath is Papin. 2 defenders on 1. Left Gary wide open. What a difference.
Stojanovic is good with the extra point, and so the SaberCats have scored 2 touchdowns in the final minute here, and they've opened up an 18-point lead. 2 weeks ago, at the start of the second half, we saw a quick change in momentum with New Jersey playing Tampa Bay. Foggy was intercepted. Touchdown is scored. On the ensuing kickoff, it's fumbled. I forget who the player was, but he dove through the air and wound up in the end zone for Tampa Bay, and that quickly 2 scores put on the board. And at that point, basically, it was game
21-point swing right there before halftime. That's when they came out, took Garcia out of the game, put Foggy back in, or replaced him to start the second half.
Now, in arena football, as you can tell, if you've been watching, if you're a fan,
there's the big dog.
And trust me, his bark is worse than his bite. It's a friendly dog. Not a lot of rhythm. Fans like him, though. He does a good job. At any rate, you can score points, obviously, rather rapidly in this league, but 18 points down is not where New Jersey wanted to be going into the halftime break. Lunsford gets out to the 5. Side Poulavati making the stop. Didn't take long. Just 2 plays and 28 seconds for the SaberCats to follow up after that ball bounced loose off of one of the uprights. A free ball, Tommy Jones fell on it, and the SaberCats took advantage.
Go! Yellow 88! Yellow 88! The hunt! Hunt! Hunt!
Flag thrown. And it looks like there was movement in the middle of the San Jose line. Looks like Poulavati, who had just made the tackle on the kickoff, guilty of the violation.
Prior to the snap, offside, 91 on the defense. Made contact with the center, 3-yard penalty, still first down.
Poulavati, a graduate of Oregon State.
First and 7. Ball.
Degree. 4th year in the AFL. 27 years of age. 12.4 seconds remaining in the first half. Stick around for our halftime report.
Yeah.
Carl Reuter will bring you all the latest in AFL news. He'll also visit with Todd Shell, the head coach of San Jose. Foggy, incomplete.
Just a little outside.
Into the stand. That's a souvenir.
Another thing about arena football, you got a souvenir right there. You can take it home.
High fives to that young man. There he is. Stand up and get the high five out. He'll tell his pals all about that. Big smile on his face, huh?
That was up here, too.
Let's go.
I mean, how can you beat that smile?
44. On red. Ready? Right.
Also, during halftime, we will check in the New Jersey locker room, see what's going on.
Yellow 88.
Foggy's pass incomplete. Alvin Ashley, the intended receiver, up near the 15-yard line. It'll be 3rd and long.
Larry Ray Willis wide open in the middle of the field. Foggy decides to go outside. Another look at Foggy. He's going to go back. He doesn't really plan himself. He's throwing off that back foot right there and a little sidearm. Ball's going to sail on you. Number 6, Alvin Ashley couldn't make the reception. Carlos Garay waiting in the wings.
Was activated after the trade that sent Aaron Garcia to Iowa and moved Foggy up from backup to starter. He's under pressure near the back of the end zone, just does get it away. Avoiding a safety.
But that's a nice move for a veteran quarterback. Foggy goes back there, he sees the white line, he knows, I got to get rid of it, dumps it off.
That pretty much summing up the problems that New Jersey has had in the first half. Inconsistent on offense, burned for 38 points on defense, and they trail by 18 at the break. Our Carl Reuters with the head coach of the San Jose SaberCats.
All right, Matt, with Todd Shell. And, Todd, you couldn't be any happier with the performance of the club in the first half.
Yeah, it was pretty good. We gave up a couple big plays, which we don't normally do on defense, so we just got to do a little bit better job of that, but I'm real pleased with the way we're playing.
You're also getting a Ricky Foggy, pretty much, defensive pressure. That line is breaking down their offensive line.
Yeah, we felt like we could get to him. If we could get to him, make him throw the ball before he wanted to, that we'd have success. And we just got to continue to put that kind of pressure on him, because if he gets going, he's an extremely good player. But if we can get the pressure on him, make him throw before he wants to, then I think we can control the game.
Good luck in the second half, Coach.
Thanks. I appreciate it, Carl.
All right, that's Todd Shell, the coach of San Jose. When we come back, a whole lot more. We're inside the Red Dogs coaches room, AFL FYI report. We'll have an interview with Dave Andrews, the newest Red Dog, and, of course, halftime highlights. Stay with us.
Please don't drive drunk.
We are Whopper Divers! Flame broiled Whopper divers. Indeed. Whopper? No onion. Most people driving. Free diving. Extra pickles. That's fine. I love the Whopper.
The legendary Flame Broiled Whopper from Burger King, America's best loved burger. Right now, just 99 cents.
We wouldn't do this for a Big Mac. I mean, we're not crazy or anything.
If you ask us, it just tastes better.
It's high scoring, heart-stopping, helmet-popping, in-your-face football action. New Jersey Red Dogs Arena Football. The 50-yard indoor war. It's coming again this summer to the Continental Airlines Arena. New Jersey Red Dogs Arena Football gives fans the heart-pounding football action and excitement they deserve. Athleticism, high energy, electricity, and scoring compressed into the 50-yard indoor battlefield where every fan is so close, they're part of the action. Football, fireworks, pandemonium. Taste the thrill of New Jersey Red Dogs Arena Football this summer at the Continental Airlines Arena. Call 1-888-RED-DOGS for ticket information. That's 1-888-RED-DOGS. It's a party that's the best value in entertainment and the fastest growing sport anywhere.
At the half, San Jose leading New Jersey by a score of 38-20. Tough first half for the Red Dogs, who just couldn't get it going offensively. And then giving up 2 touchdowns in the final minute of the first half to find themselves down by 18 points. And so, what are the coaches thinking about? What are they saying to the team? Let's check in. Well, we were going to send it down to the coaches and find out what they had to say, but the coaches, just before we did that, decided that they were going to leave their room. And so we'll have to try to ascertain what they were talking about, maybe by their play on the field in the second half. But, Marty, what do you think the coaches might have been saying to the players?
Well, I think the first thing John Hufnagel is doing is telling his offensive line, you've got to give Ricky more time to get back, set himself. Then he's going to go tell Ricky, don't try to pressure the ball. Don't try to find room when there's not any room. Go back, set yourself, and do what the play dictates. I think he's just trying to do too much.
Now, on the San Jose side, I guess if it's not broken, you don't try to fix it, but what tweaking might Todd Shell look to do?
I don't think you really have to do much if you're the SaberCats. You have an offense that is balanced. You have a good running attack. Your quarterback, Lopez, isn't trying to force the ball. And then you got Steve Pappen. He can do whatever he wants. He's going to run the ball. He's going to return the ball. He's excitement.
Steve Pappen absolutely is. He came into the game the all-purpose yardage leader in the AFL and has done nothing to dispel his reputation that he brought with him from the West Coast. In a nutshell, what has been the problem for New Jersey?
No continuity on the offense. Nobody knows what's happening. When he has the receiver open, Foggy's trying to sidearm the pass. He's not setting himself. He's not doing the little things. He's not taking that disciplined 3-step drop, 5-step drop. He's going back. He's looking for those defenders on top of him. He's feeling the pressure before it's there.
So it all rests on his shoulders as New Jersey tries to come back from this 18-point deficit. They trail at the break, 38-20. That is a quiet locker room. The Red Dogs trailing at the break.
Otherwise, we're going to flatten out the end so he doesn't get sealed. It might...
Remember when your bike looked cool? You never imagined that it could get any better. Now imagine. V-Star Classic and V-Star Custom from Yamaha. Starting at just $55.99. Some stars are suddenly within your reach.
Available at Bergen Sport Yamaha, Route 46, Lodi, New Jersey.
Where can you find bright ideas for remodeling? At your Windorama Idea Center. Hundreds of ideas for big and small budgets, like quality Anderson windows and patio doors. Windorama can deliver over 10,000 different Anderson window combinations in days, not weeks. Ask about financing and installation options. Windorama, your store for windows, doors, and skylights. Call 1-800-695-RAMA for the Windorama nearest you.
Introducing Valley Sports Club, exclusive full-service fitness facilities designed for business professionals.
Our sports clubs offer all the services and equipment that make Bally the most popular fitness corporation in America, plus special features like personal training and group fitness programs. Become a Bally Sports Club member now and get 50% off startup fee plus 50% off dues. Save today, tomorrow, and every day you're a member. Call 1-800-WORKOUT for information about how you can get 50% off your startup fee plus 50% off dues.
Tuesday, the Mets are slugging away on Fox Sports New York. The Amazons invade Canada as Carlos Baerga and the Mets begin a 3-game series against Montreal. It's New York versus the Expos. Tuesday at 7 on Fox Sports New York.
We get busy. Action. Reaction.
Oh, baby.
Woo. Sports satisfaction. Fox Sports News. Prime time. Weeknights at 10 on Fox Sports New York.
It is halftime. San Jose 38 and New Jersey 20. It is now time for the AFL FYI report. As always, some great performances this past week in the AFL, including, yes, some record breakers. And we begin with the AFL Player of the Week. Milwaukee's Todd Hamill against Portland. Hamill was on fire, 24 of 41, 325 yards and 7 touchdowns. He has also set the all-time passing mark. He has thrown for just under, get this, just under 16,000 yards. The Iron Man of the Week, Iowa's Carlos. The all-time leader is Todd Hamill. As I mentioned, the Milwaukee quarterback. His numbers just outstanding. The Iron Man Player of the Week, Iowa's Carlos James. The wide receiver defensive back had super numbers, 8 receptions, 76 yards, 3 touchdowns. Defensively recorded 7 stops, and he had 1 pick. And you have to always talk about Orlando's Barry Wagner. Continues to rock and roll. He is smoking last week against this Red Dog team. 311 all-purpose yards, and he hit the end zone on 4 different occasions. Now, some record-breaking news as well. Groundbreaking move for the AFL. Tom Benson, the owner of the New Orleans Saints, has been granted a franchise in the AFL. We do not know the terms of it, and his franchise could start play as soon as 1999, which is next year, or the year 2000. It is now time to take a look at some of the scores from this past weekend. Look at Arizona. They continue to just run over the opponent on Friday night. A win for Milwaukee, as so for Tampa Bay. Also on Friday, Houston all over Grand Rapids. Yesterday, Albany, little trouble with Florida. And tomorrow night, the City Hawks hosting Nashville. The standings, well, on top, Albany, New Jersey, and Chase. And Tampa Bay leading Nashville by a game and a half. We move to the American Conference. And the Central Division, Milwaukee and Houston going neck and neck. And out west, those Rattlers, coached by Danny White, having no trouble at all, leading Portland and San Jose. Right now, we're at the break, and it is all San Jose, 38-20 over the Red Dogs.
What? Did you hear?
Hear what?
No, really? I didn't know. I had no idea.
What? What?
Pitney Bowes sells copiers.
No.
Yes, a full line of highly reliable analog to state-of-the-art digital color and network systems. Awarded the most outstanding copier line of 1997 by Byers Laboratories. Pitney Bowes is the right smart copier for your office.
I don't believe it.
Believe it. Pitney Bowes Copiers, the smart choice.
Announcing the new Miller Lite Scratch and Sniff Fantasy Sweepstakes. If you can smell it, you can win it.
It smells like beef.
Smell beef and win 400 pounds of red meat.
You tiresome fool, it's obviously suntan oil.
Smell suntan oil and you win the grand prize. Be an extra on the Sports Illustrated swimsuit shoot.
Hi, Jimmy.
Score!
Tell me about it.
See special displays for details.
Hole 7 of the Cooper Tire Invitational. We talked to our leader about this crucial hole.
Tough hole. I rely a lot on my Cooper tires and my low iron.
Here's some replays of you through the Midwest.
Had a few nice shots here in Missouri.
And then that impressive run down the Gulf Coast. We're live in the Everglades. Arnie line 8003.
The world is your course. drive on.
We now take you live via sparring cams as heavyweight champion Lennox Lewis prepares for his upcoming title defense. Lennox, how you doing?
I feel good.
So what's the pre-fight strategy?
My speed is the key.
You have to like your chances.
If I'm on my game, I'm unstoppable.
Word is that you're ducking Holyfield.
Say what? Any more questions?
All right, San Jose leading at the break, 38-20 over New Jersey. Now joined by one of the newest Red Dogs, talking about Dave Andrews. And Dave, thanks for coming out and spending some time here. I know the team wants to get back out there and regroup. What has been the problem in that first half?
Well, me and Spence, we just come to the team, trying to learn the offense. And we're having to jump in this week. It's new to us, so it's kind of slowing them down on their rhythm that they usually have. So the second half, it should be a lot different since we done got in the groove of playing with them and learning the quarterback in game situations instead of in practice, should be a lot better this half.
What do you bring to the table as far as your abilities here to New Jersey?
Well, I'm just here. I feel like, I bring a little more speed and a little more height, and I'm just here just to do my part, whatever they need for me to do. That's what I'm going to do.
Thank you for the time. I know you want to get out there, so we're going to go back upstairs to Matty and Marty.
All right, Carl, thank you very much. Well, the Red Dog mascot taking that bone around, maybe going to whack a SaberCat over the head with it and hope that helps his club come away with a victory. Let's take a look at the game summary of the first half. The Dogs outscored by the Cats 24-6 in the second quarter. It was 14-all after one, and so that second quarter, a big part, in fact, the reason why San Jose has the lead.
And again, rushing yards, San Jose 45, New Jersey 1. Well, let's take a look, Matt, at the highlights here. Ricky Foggy goes back. He finds the new guy, Andrews, 7 yards in the end zone for the first score.
His first touchdown as a Red Dog, recently acquired from Milwaukee.
Opposite side, Steve Pappin crosses over the middle into the end zone for a score. Pappin only 5'8", 180 pounds. This time he's going to take it around the left side. Scrambles, pushes himself in there. Nelson's going to lead his way. He's in for the score.
7-yard run for Pappin.
This time Ron Lopez goes back, finds Kyle Gary back in the end zone, and another score right before halftime.
Those last two touchdowns came 28 seconds apart as San Jose scores 14 points in the final 45 seconds. And they lead by a score of 38-20. Hey, basketball fans, get ready for another exciting year of WNBA action. Rebecca Lobo and the New York Liberty come your way on the MSG Network Thursday at 10 o'clock as they take on the Sacramento Monarchs. New York Liberty basketball live Thursday at 10 on MSG. Well, certainly we will get a quick idea as to whether or not Ricky Foggy's able to make the adjustments you talked about, Marty, and lead his team to a come-from-behind victory.
But a key right now, the Red Dogs have to go out on defense. They have to stop the SaberCats right away. You can't afford to give up any more points. You're already down 18.
Yeah, because as much as this is a kind of a come-from-behind sport, as the gap gets a little bigger, because the other team can kind of score easily, you wind up trying to catch up, and you find yourself just really running out of time. If you get into a real shootout, it's not going to work. So you got to have that combination. They've got to do something offensively, regain or establish consistency, and then a defensive stop or two, and New Jersey can get back into the game. All right, let's see what happens here. The second half is underway. Pappin with the return. And Steve Pappin pulled down from behind as he crosses the 10-yard line. Rob Stanovich, number 97, making the tackle for New Jersey. Stanovich out of Towson State. He's an All-American there. As a defensive end, 6'3", 270-pounder. There's Ron Lopez, 9 for 15 3 touchdowns, 158 yards. The number's pretty similar, but Lopez has been much more effective at running the offense.
Well, he's got a running game also.
He'll go to the air here. He's under pressure. He lets it go and completes it to Shalon Baker. I don't know how Lopez was able to free himself. He was wrapped up on the play by A.J. Jenkins, but somehow was able to keep his feet and was able to complete the pass.
Well,
Short
Ron Lopez, he goes back. He knows where his receivers are. He's going to do a 360 and come out of it, wing the ball out there, pick up some positive yards rather than the sack.
Just a short pickup, but could have been a safety. Had Jenkins been able to keep a hold of Lopez. Screen pass. Meslowski has lots of room. Mike Meslowski across midfield down inside the 20-yard line.
You got to utilize your fullback. San Jose's coming out. They throw Meslowski out there. He's going to ramble for 18 yards. Another look at it. Key is let those defenders come in. Meslowski right there, number 43, gets a nice block downfield by Baker. Picks up a first down.
Kevin Guy finally low-bridging Mike Meslowski. Leaps over the line and extends himself down to about the 13.
He's going to pick up 7 yards. Didn't look real graceful with that jump, but he got over the defender.
So Meslowski, the 23-year-old.
Another look at it. Number 43, Mike Meslowski. Watch this little jump, little high hurdle. Up and over. Picked up 7 yards.
So it's 2nd down and 3. John Hufnagel, the head coach of New Jersey, looking on, knows his team's got to come up with a stop here. Flags flying everywhere.
Flag.
Prior to snap, offside, number 75 on the defense.
Dennis Lipsky deciding that it wasn't A.J. Jenkins, but rather Robert Stewart, number 77, called for the infraction. Second and short. San Jose with the ball. Leading by 18. And Meslowski has the first down inside the 10-yard line. Meslowski attended the San Diego Chargers training camp last year. Late cut, making his debut in the AFL with the SaberCats here in '98. Division III All-American at Wisconsin Lacrosse. First and goal. Papin weaving. Lopez looking to throw. Has a man. Touchdown. Shalon Baker at the back of the end zone. And the lead grows bigger for San Jose.
A lot of misdirection there. No pressure by the Red Dogs. John Hufnagel got to find an answer. Another look at Ron Lopez. He goes back, a little play action, trying to freeze the linebacker. Gets outside the pocket. There's Baker in the back of the end zone. Keep running.
Stojanovic. It's good. And so, San Jose on a roll. Shalon Baker's touchdown, the latest score. They lead by 25.
We are Whopper Divers! Flame broiled Whopper Divers! Indeed! Whopper? No onion! Most people driving! Free diving! Extra pickles! They're fine! I love the Whopper!
The legendary Flame Broiled Whopper from Burger King, America's best loved burger. Right now, just 99 cents.
We wouldn't do this for a Big Mac. I mean, we're not crazy or anything.
If you ask us, it just tastes better.
Yeah, baby. My job? Let's just say I dabble in the market. Your number? Well, if you insist. Oh, yes, I have been working out. Can't you tell? Thanks. Hey, where's mine?
Coffee Culotta from Dunkin' Donuts in 2 new flavors, toasted almond and Kahlua. Coffee just this side of frozen.
He brought out the hard hat, but he's disheartened.
They're going to need the hard hat pretty soon. Another look at that touchdown. Watch Ron Lopez. Little misdirection right there. Play action. Now he's rolling outside. There's a little bit of pressure, but nobody in the back of the end zone but Baker.
Well, New Jersey came in to today's game as the worst team in the league in points allowed, giving up 53 a game. They've already given up 45. And while offensive consistency, or the lack of it, has been a problem tonight, I think if you look at their struggles this year, I mean, it clearly is on that defensive side of the ball.
It's hard to go into the game and try to match point for point. You average 49, but you're giving up 53. Right now, you only have 20 on the scoreboard. You got a lot of work to do.
Down by 25. That fan hasn't given up hope. But New Jersey will have to do something.
Got to do something fast.
Yeah.
Stop the bleeding somehow.
We do it after this.
We have some time right now, a little delay, so let's check in with Carl.
All right, Matt, you know, this is not really one of the happy campers, this team, this New Jersey team. In fact, Alvin Ashley was talking with me before, and he said, you know, now with an influx of receivers, he almost seems like the odd man out. He has seen some action, but he's not happy here with the addition of 2 wide receivers because of that trade with Aaron Garcia back upstairs.
Well, the players that were added through 2 trades, Chris Spencer and Dave Andrews. So, yeah, there is an overload at the wide receiver spot. The trade deadline in the AFL is Wednesday, so there is some time if John Hufnagel chooses to make a move. Lunsford, returning the kick, is down and has not yet gotten back up.
Don't want to speculate, but they are looking at his right knee. Another look at it. Adrian Lunsford comes up. Leg gets bent over right there.
John DeSimone, the trainer, out looking and attending to Lunsford.
Again, another look at it. He gets his knees wrapped up. And all the weight pulled back.
And you see him reacting immediately. Trying to push players away, but he's back up on his feet. Adrian Lunsford getting a hand from the crowd here. He walks off pretty much under his own power, being guided off the field, limping slightly. But for the most part, seems to be okay.
1, 2, 3, go! Let's go right. 30 protection. Under X corner. On red, ready? You got the under. You got the under.
Ricky Foggy
control.
Kind of struggled in the first half, only completing 8 out of 19 passes, 1 interception for 135 yards,
Yellow,
3 TDs.
Yellow, 88.
Again, knocked down at the line of scrimmage. Maslowski knocking the ball down, and that was Foggy you heard in the background. That's the 5th time, I believe, that a pass has been knocked down at the line of scrimmage.
Foggy's got to realize that if you're getting the pressure up the middle, you've got to get back there, set yourself.
44 choice, okay?
Put a little touch on the ball. You can't just throw a dart.
Let's go right.
You know, John Hufnagel put himself in a tough position. as we look at the replay when he traded Garcia.
Look at Foggy, 3 steps. All you have to do as a defender is read the eyes of the quarterback to tell you where he's throwing the ball.
Yellow, 88.
Pass is complete. Looks like it'll be a first down. A flag, though, thrown on the play. Dave Andrews making the catch, but a flag thrown.
Bring it back. Holding.
Holding. The indication from Dennis Lipsky.
Holding. Number 33 on the offense. Penalty from the previous spot, half the distance. Repeat, second down. Chris Pope, number 33.
Just getting back to a moment to the tough spot Huffnagel put himself in. In Carlos Garay, the backup to Foggy, he has an inexperienced quarterback. Foggy trying to establish himself. Just wonder, he had a good game last week, this week struggling. You know, what's the emotion, the inner turmoil going on offensively?
Yellow, 88.
But Huffnagel now has nowhere else to turn. He doesn't have an experienced quarterback behind Foggy, who gets hit as he releases the ball, and it falls short. Side Pulavati.
Sorry about that, man.
And he was apologizing to Foggy after the play.
Side's not going to apologize. You work too hard to get back there to hit the quarterback. Watch him. Doesn't control the ball. It goes back, tries to find up, and here comes Side, number 91, right on his knee.
So, right, outside flow. That's you, Dave.
Adrian Lunsford shaken up a moment ago. Carl, what's the story?
All right, just talked to Dr. Steve Nicholas. Hyperextension of that right knee, and they expect him back in the game, back upstairs.
All right, Carl, thank you. That's good news for Lunsford.
Yellow, 88. Yellow, 88.
Third and long. Complete for a first down to Andrews across the 15. Michael Williams on the coverage. Williams out of UCLA.
Dave Andrews, 6'3", 190 pounds, a little down and out. Give Foggy a little bit of time. He can find his receivers. Number 4 knows how far he has to get into the boards, but he picks up a first down.
Yellow, 88.
Going long for Andrews, incomplete. Covered by Jones, and as Andrews turned, he got his feet tangled up and couldn't hold on.
But again, they went deep. That's a good sign for the Red Dogs. They have been taking the short passes. Dave Andrews, top of your screen, little stop and go, stutter step, gets behind the defender. Now he gets turned around.
Let's go left, them right, no left.
Can't make the reception. Another look at the end of it. Turned around, in his hands, out of his hands.
7:10 to play in the third quarter. Dave Andrews in the first half scored his first touchdown for the Red Dogs after being acquired from Milwaukee. Incomplete. Thrown behind Larry Ray Willis. Foggy, though, felt the heat from the defensive line of the SaberCats, led by Cy Pulavati.
Harvey Harrington, number 99, the offensive lineman, should have been called for holding. We'll try to catch it right side of your screen. Clearly gets beat. Turns around the defender. Foggy goes down. Ball goes short.
So it'll be 3rd and 10.
SaberCats are doing an excellent job putting pressure on the quarterback.
Yellow, 88. Hut! Hut! Hut!
Complete. Alvin Ashley able to hold on at the 18-yard line.
Fire! Fire!
Alvin Ashley, 16 yards on the reception. Another look at that grab. Alvin Ashley, number 6, comes up. Great concentration. Grabs it the second time.
Ashley, 39 yards in receptions today. Well below his average, but he picks up a few more here.
Fire! Fire!
Now you hear Ricky Foggy yelling fire, and he's looking for the hurry-up offense.
Hurry-up offense. One thing he has to realize is Larry Ray Willis, he's beating his man deep in the middle of the field. He's just got to go back and unload.
Z-loop. We in Zim. Yeah. 50.
Foggy, only 11 for 26.
Go.
Got off to a slow start and continue. Flag is thrown. Foggy's brought down.
Sam Hernandez, number 55, getting a quick jump right there for the SaberCats. Maybe a little bit too early. Number 55.
Yeah.
Offside, number 55 on the defense.
Same thing.
3-yard penalty, still second down.
Left side of your screen. There's number 55. Got to slow it down, Sam.
Quick step across for the 29-year-old. Todd Shell, fourth-year head coach of San Jose, looking on. Foggy again buried as he tries to hook up with Andrews. That line's now coming with a lot of pressure.
Well, Sam Hernandez is taking that offensive lineman up all the way and then cutting back underneath and hitting the quarterback every single play.
Now Hernandez, the second all-time sack leader in AFL history.
Watch the pressure. There's Brian Smith, number 90. Takes him upfield, throws him aside, comes in, hits Foggy's arm.
Third and short. And it's incomplete. Andrews, the intended receiver. Mike Williams on the coverage. So it's fourth and short and down by 25. You've got to go for the end zone.
All right,
Now, those numbers tell you about what's gone on the last few times between these two clubs. They do go for it on fourth and short. The little lob, and it's incomplete. Jones knocking it away from Ashley. And on downs, the ball goes over to San Jose.
Well, as a quarterback, you got to know when to loft it, and you got to know when to zip it. Ricky Foggy right there probably should have put a little bit more gas on that pass. Another look at it. Tommy Jones comes across, knocks it down. The Red Dogs are shut out. And we'll be right back.
$45-20, San Jose on top of the Red Dogs. Cats winning out over the Dogs. As we approach the final stages of the third quarter, and really the middle two quarters, second and third here, have been all San Jose. While we were away, there was a pass thrown incomplete, so it's second down and 10. Quick hitter for Papin. And he stopped for maybe a gain of a yard. Chad Lindsay with the stop.
Right now, if you're San Jose, all you want to do is control the clock.
Papin
might have caught a helmet a little low.
Doubled over in some pain. See if Ron Lopez calls his number.
Could be a decoy, too. But
Melvin Phillips circling in motion, and now a timeout call. Steve Papin must have been shaken up enough. He said, you know what, if you're calling my play, I got to call a timeout.
It ain't going to work.
So with the timeout called on the field, we'll take a timeout here in the booth. 45-20, San Jose on top. 1:41 to play in the third.
Mets memories are made on Fox Sports New York.
Up the middle. What a play by Ordonez.
What a circle around that one. Lewis hits on top of the ball. Ordonez, barehanded.
The throw to the plate. Got him.
Mets memories happen all season long on Fox Sports New York.
Well, that fan hasn't given up hope. His friends are still behind the Red Dogs, but they got to make a move and got to make one quick. They don't have the ball. There's 1:41 left in the third, and they're down by 25. John Hufnagel would love to see a pickoff here.
Defensive score would definitely help. 3rd and 8.
Steve Pappin remains in the game. And he's moving in motion. Boy, that play has worked so well. Jenkins jumped, but he got back, so no flag, but the completion of Phillips up at midfield. 14 yards on the pickup. We've seen Pappin on a number of occasions just hit the brakes, and it throws the defensive line off.
Well, defensive linemen really shouldn't be worried about that motion. They've got to concentrate, look in there, focus on the snap of the ball.
Ball marked just short of midfield.
Another look at Pappin. Comes in. Stop. Red Dogs are jumping on that motion.
And for the first time in the game, the play clock expires. Now, Ron Lopez is protesting to Dennis Lipsky, the referee. I think he's saying that the clock started too soon, that we didn't have enough time. The officials say, well, I'll listen to your protest, but
we're just going to back it up a little bit.
If you don't mind, Mr. Lopez, it's going to cost you 3. So 1st and 13 on the delay game. That is a rarity in this sport. It's such a hurry-up game. Under a minute to play in the third. Clock running. San Jose with 83 more yards total offense and 25 more points than New Jersey. Might add to it here. Oh, great play by Hickson. Pierre Hickson was able to knock it away at the last moment.
Hickson was beat, had the awareness to look up over his shoulder. He sees the ball. Sees Pappin saying, throw it to me sooner. Would have been another 7. There's Pappin in motion. Straight down the field. Hickson now, he's going to turn around. Gets a piece of the ball.
On what turned out to be the last play of the third quarter. Well, the Red Dogs were able to stave off San Jose on this play, but they are down big with a quarter to go here at the Continental Airlines Arena.
Nobody does it like you.
Nobody has harnessed the power of the wind like Wind Tunnel by Hoover. A breakthrough in cleaning power. Hoover tested Wind Tunnel against other leading brands. The difference is remarkable. Others scatter much of the dirt. But Wind Tunnel channels the power of the wind, picking up more dirt than any other clean air upright. Only from Wind Tunnel by Hoover.
Does it like you?
It's high scoring, heart-stopping, helmet-popping, in-your-face football action. New Jersey Red Dogs Arena Football. The 50-yard indoor war. It's coming again this summer to the Continental Airlines Arena. New Jersey Red Dogs Arena Football gives fans the heart-pounding football action and excitement they deserve. Athleticism, high energy, electricity, and scoring compressed into the 50-yard indoor battlefield where every fan is so close, they're part of the action. Football, fireworks, pandemonium. Taste the thrill of New Jersey Red Dogs Arena Football this summer at the Continental Airlines Arena. Call 1-888-RED-DOGS for ticket information. That's 1-888-RED-DOGS. It's a party that's the best value in entertainment and the fastest growing sport anywhere.
Rome on Shaquille O'Neal.
The next big game Shaquille wins will be his first. And until he wins a big game, I'm not going to say he's a big game player.
Rome on Barry Bonds.
May go 97% of the time hard, maybe 98% of the time, but he Cadillacs it once in a while.
Rome on Michael Jordan.
Now, New Jersey may have done more than just put a scare into Chicago. Jason Williams and company may be showing the world that Chicago is a year older and not a year better.
Jim Rome on The Last Word. Weeknights on Fox Sports New York.
There's a combination for you. Chicago Bulls and the Red Dogs. Should be a good game tonight, Matt.
Bulls looking to close it out. Couldn't do it at home on Friday. They'll try to do it in Salt Lake City. And the Red Dogs just trying to come up with a home victory. Their last win here on the home turf was June 20th of last year. They've lost 5 straight, and they're in big danger of losing 6 in a row. Maslowski able to stretch across midfield. So picks up the yardage lost by the penalty at the end of the third, and then a little.
Mike Maslowski, the fullback, 3 receptions for 28 yards. Really utilizing that fullback.
I guess back midway through the second quarter, those numbers were pretty much even, but since then, Ron Lopez starting to pull away in the QB comparison with Ricky Foggy. And as he has started to pull away in the individual competition, San Jose pulled away in this game. Incomplete pass intended for Shalon Baker. Baker scored the only touchdown in that third quarter. It was 38-20 at the half. New Jersey in danger of falling to 3-4 on the season. Albany won this week, and they're 6-1, so they'll start to pull away in the race for the Eastern Conference Championship. Remember, the division winners get a playoff berth, and then the next 4 spots go to the teams for the next 4 best records, as Stoyanovich is on for the extra, or for the field goal rather, puts it over the netting, but wide to the right.
39 yards.
So the score remains 45-20. Now looking at the standings, Nashville, Orlando with 4 wins. So New Jersey,
let's go left, jet,
as
right.
this will mark the halfway point to the season, will be chasing some teams for a playoff spot. Portland will have 3 wins. So they're in the dog fight. But a win would have helped them solidify it a little bit. Lots of time to go in the season, but we've got to straighten some things out as the completion goes to Andrews. Flag has been thrown. Back near the line of scrimmage, and holding is the call against New Jersey. So erase the first down, erase the completion and the pickup.
No, they can play it like that.
Holding, number 77 on the offense. Half the distance to the goal, repeat first down. Robert Stewart.
From a small school in the South.
Running down the comeback.
I'm going to have to talk to him about that.
They don't do that at Alabama.
But go straight up the field. Let's go left, shotgun, 94 protection, 44, left jet right, 44 protection, 94 protection, 44 backside, first down. Ready?
He wants some backside protection.
Go! Rick, you going out on that?
Completes the pass.
No, straight back.
For a first down.
Straight back.
And you heard Foggy talking to a lineman. Obviously, there's still a little confusion. Ryan Kulikowski, offensive lineman, was talking to Foggy and seemed to be a little confused as to where Foggy was going to go. And Foggy assured him he was just dropping straight back.
Going with the hurry-up offense.
Need points, need him in a hurry. Foggy hit as he releases, and the ball sails high into the crowd. And another souvenir for a fan here tonight. Every time the ball goes into the stands, fans are allowed to keep it. So let's see, we had the field goal that sailed over the bar in the netting. That was one. Another incomplete pass that bounced in. The young fan caught it early. So three. We saw the spike go in and out before a fan could grab it earlier in the game. Screen. Stanovich has the first down and gets inside the 20-yard line. 13-yard pickup, first down for the Red Dogs.
Rob Stanovich. 6'3", 270 pounds. Rambles for 13 yards.
Shotgun. 95. Shotgun.
Time a factor.
Shotgun.
Almost 4 minutes gone by in the fourth quarter. Jersey almost has to score on every possession. Foggy just unloads it as he's buried. Todd Shell is upset, the head coach. You see him there at the top of your screen. He wanted an intentional grounding. And he's not happy with Sam Hernandez. Come on.
Another look at it. Look at all the white jerseys coming in. Ricky Foggy has nowhere to go. The ball comes up. Should have actually been ruled a fumble.
Yeah, maybe that's what he was complaining about.
Todd Shell wanted a fumble.
Go!
Incomplete. Throwing it behind Willis as Foggy continues to have his problem.
Go left! Left formation. That's me, Larry.
Well, right from the start, it was a problem for Foggy. Carlos Garay is understudy, graduate of Hofstra last year, 17 of 28 for the Red Dogs.
Well, you don't want to ruin the confidence of Ricky Foggy, and you don't want to ruin the confidence of this offense, but they're going nowhere today. You're down by 25 points. Well, John Hupnagel may have to decide whether you want to give Carlos Garay an opportunity to get some playing time underneath his belt.
Foggy now 13 of 35 with that incompletion.
Go left!
He missed. He was incomplete on his first 4, I believe. 2 of which were knocked down at the line of scrimmage. He's had a handful knocked down at the line.
Well, not to come into defense of the quarterback, but the offensive line has really played terrible today. He's been on his back half the time. When he's not on his back, he's throwing off his back foot. So it's a whole breakdown of the total offense today.
Now he has some time, and he completes it. Kevin Guy on the receiving end, down at the 6-yard line.
So, under, X corner. Give me under.
So the Red Dogs
Control.
looking for their first score since the second quarter with 3:07 left in the half. Larry Ray Willis caught a pass from Foggy. After that, they've been shut out. Foggy hit from behind. Flag thrown as Poulavati nailed him from the blind side.
Ty Poulavati, number 91, comes in.
It's a screen. It's tight end. To the tight end. It's a screen.
The officials are thinking about calling this intentional grounding. The Red Dogs are saying number 90 is a tight end. Which way will it go?
That would be Brian Smith.
I didn't leave time, but they
Another look at it. Foggy's going to go back. There's number 90 cutting him out. He'd have to get up pretty quick for this to be an actual pass to him. He's still on the ground.
There was no penalty on the play. Number 90
like I was saying, number 90 was the tight end, intentional receiver.
The ball hit number 90, therefore
pretty good call.
It's a legal forward pass. Incomplete, second down.
But Todd Shell continues to be unhappy. Although the score favors his team.
Ricky Foggy in the second half, 6 of 18 for 81 yards.
Intentional receiver.
Go!
Incomplete. Andrews, the intended receiver, at the back of the end zone. Kyle Gary was on the coverage, and it's 3rd and 4. Clock continues to run. We approach 8 minutes to play. Red Dogs return to action here on Fox Sports New York on Friday. They'll take on the Florida Bobcats. We invite you to join us this coming Friday evening at 7:30. We also encourage you to come out and watch the game. For some reason you can't, we certainly hope you'll check out Fox Sports New York. But get an opportunity before the season's over. Come out and watch a game of the Red Dogs. Behind Andrews on 3rd down, so it'll be 4th down and goal.
Dave Andrews tries to make the adjustment, but Foggy playing in the fog the second half. Ball's behind his receiver.
New Jersey's been outscored 31-6 from the second quarter on.
Back slow. 40.
Go! And a touchdown. Dave Andrews grabbing the 7-yard touchdown pass, his second TD catch of the night.
He gets behind the secondary. Foggy's just going to loft it in there.
And so it's 45-26. Vidicek's extra point is good. And so with the score 45-27, 6:24 to go. Andrews with a touchdown pass brings New Jersey a little closer, but they're running out of time.
Remember when your bike looked cool? You never imagined that it could get any better. Now imagine. V-Star Classic and V-Star Custom from Yamaha. Starting at just $55.99. Some stars are suddenly within your reach.
Available at Yamaha Ramsey, Route 17, Ramsey, New Jersey.
It's Baseball Thursday on Fox Sports Net.
Fly away!
The biggest bats.
This is tag. Forget it.
The best arms.
He struck him out.
And the stars of tomorrow hit the field every Thursday.
He robs him of another home run.
The National Game of the Week. Catch Baseball Thursday on Fox Sports Net.
Well, Todd Shell, the coach of San Jose, has 2 Super Bowl rings. The guy right here to my left, hole number 57, Byron Hunt, former New York Giants linebacker. He's got a ring. And Byron, what brings you out here to the Red Dogs game?
Well, a good friend of mine and a former teammate, Joe Morris, is president of the Red Dogs organization. So we've been talking a little bit. I figured I'd come out and check out a game.
Is he trying to suit you up and get you out on that field?
I sure hope not. I don't know if I can play anymore.
Do you miss those days? Do you remember those Super Bowl days, memories?
Of course, I remember those days. Do I miss them? No. I know they can't be repeated. We had a great time. We had a great year, some great players, great team, and those kind of days you never forget. So, but I don't miss them.
Thanks for spending time.
All right, great.
All right, Carl, onside kick tried by New Jersey, but it was recovered by San Jose, Leonard Nelson. And San Jose has the ball just outside the 10-yard line. Well, you have to try something when you're down by 18 and 6.5 minutes remain. You had a good point, though, during the timeout. Why didn't John Huffnagel go for a 2-point conversion, which would have brought them to 45-28? Well, they still would have needed.
And the last touchdown
yes.
for the Red Dogs, that's the first points in the last 22 minutes for them.
Yeah, doing the math, though, they still would have needed 3 scores, so I guess
Chris Pope, number 33, in on the stop.
Second and 13, on 13.
So it's 2nd and 13. San Jose will take as much time as he can.
San Jose really took the crowd out of the game.
Yeah, the crowd was,
A lot of enthusiasm when we started this game off. Pretty quiet now.
Well, when you dominate, as San Jose has, that's one of the results, and there's another touchdown. Kyle Gary, his 3rd touchdown catch of the game.
13-yard reception.
And that will be the proverbial final nail.
Ron Lopez, 6'5", very strong arm, 215 pounds, and a perfect strike to Kyle Gary in the back of the end zone.
Gary came in with only 7 catches on the season, 3 of them last week. He's caught 3 touchdown passes today.
Another ball in the stands, Matt. Ball number 5.
But it didn't quite make it to the seats, and so was returned to the official. One fewer souvenir than one would have hoped for. We'll come back with the final 4:37. 51-27 the score. San Jose on top. San Jose came into this game struggling offensively, near the bottom in points per game.
What a difference, though, a year made. Red Dogs last year at this point, 8-1. They're on a roll. Now, right now, they're trying to find pieces to the puzzle.
Lunsford could see him back in action after suffering that minor knee injury earlier. He brings it out to the 12-yard line. Oh, yeah, they were off to a great start last year. You mentioned 8-1. They came off that big pounding down in Texas where they scored 91 points. And then the magic that quickly disappeared. Struggled in the tail end of the season, lost in the playoffs. And with this loss tonight, they'll fall to 3-4. Their winning streak at home, or losing streak at home, goes to 6. That takes back to the 20th of last year. Foggy has struggled all game. The second half numbers particularly tell the tough tale. And they don't have much time to regroup. Their next game is Friday. The game we'll have here on Fox Sports New York against the Florida Bobcats.
But in arena football, it is a pass-oriented offense. You have to rely on those 3 guys up front, the offensive line. Then you have to put a lot of pressure on the fullback to pick up the guy blitzing. Go.
Incomplete, intended for Chris Stevens.
But Foggy goes back. He's thrown off his back foot. There's no follow through. The ball's going to sail. He's already thrown 2 up in the stands, and that was very close to making it for a 3rd.
Chris Spencer, the intended receiver.
Al, you know what you got? 9, 8, 8.
Go.
3rd down. Foggy again hit as he released it, and Willis couldn't hold on at midfield. There have been a bunch of drops tonight, too. That hasn't helped.
Lack of concentration right there on Larry Ray Willis. Wide open, running a crossing pattern. Ball's going to hit him in the hand.
Amazing how quickly things can turn around in any sport. Last week, beating Orlando, scored 60 points. New Jersey riding high. Foggy Nearly 300 yards in passing, 25 of 36.
San Jose loses last week to Arizona. They're in the last place of the Western Division. They come out and really dominate the game today.
Alvin Ashley, good for the first down. Well, PA announcer Todd Bozma has not lost any of his enthusiasm. I think he rolls that Red Dog.
That was a good one.
John Huffnagel looking on. Back to the drawing board for the Red Dogs. Wide open is Ashley, touchdown. Got well behind Pat McGirt. 28 yards.
Little stop and go. Another look at it. Ricky Foggy's going to go back. Here's the pump. And Alvin Ashley gets behind the defender. Finds the handle on it. And the score. 1 for 2. A little drop kick.
Little drop kick for 2. And it's no good. You know, there's a 4-point play. A field goal by drop kick is worth 4 points. Drop kick after a touchdown worth 2, but Viditek unable to convert, and so it remains 51-33.
Viditek, nice little drop kick, takes it, drops it. Just gonna go a little bit to the right side. Another look at the touchdown. Watch his pump fake right here. Foggy pump. Defensive back jumps all over it. Alvin Ashley gets behind them. Into the score.
Well, long night for Ricky Foggy.
Little voices of the puppy pound here.
One of the young fans giving his best bark. They'll go for the onside kick again, it looks like. Well, Viditek now changing his mind. He had started to tee it up nearer to the corner. But now moves it over where he normally kicks off from. Tappan can't handle it, and the ball was brought out to the 5-yard line. 1:13 left to play. 51-33. San Jose on top. And barring a miraculous turnaround, New Jersey will suffer its 4th loss of the season.
Approaching the 1-minute warning. There it is.
Hear the whistle in the background. 1 minute left in today's game. And it's been a tough one all around. That's Rob Stanovich. Ricky Foggy. Head resting on his helmet. Brian Kulikowski. Little ice to a sore elbow. San Jose will travel back home in a happy frame of mind as they go for a long pass. But it is behind Tyrone Keith. Next up for San Jose, their home to take on Portland on the 19th. And meanwhile, New Jersey back in action here at the Continental Airlines Arena on Friday. The game will have on Fox Sports New York.
And from Tyrone
Pass complete to Peace out across the 10-yard line. And we have a timeout call by New Jersey. Now, they're down by 18. They need 3 scores, and that would include going for 2-point conversion. That is being hopeful.
Well, I think the one thing that John Hufnagel wants his team to do is play hard for 60 minutes. They didn't do that tonight, and he knows it. But he also knows you have to give your team the best opportunity to win. I don't know if you're buying all this, Matt.
I am listening intently. I would defer to you in all those matters as an ex-star in the National Football League.
I would say anything could happen. Maybe, you know, a turnover, interception for a score, onside kick, another score.
You know, when I was growing up, you were my hero. Lopez for pass, and it's intercepted. There you go. That's why I listened intently to everything you had to say.
Now you got to come right back and go right into the end zone. You can't even waste any time. No short passes right into the end zone. Ron Lopez goes back. Adrian Lunsford, number 3, comes back in underneath the receiver and makes the interception.
Throw the ball at the 22-yard line.
Got to go deep.
Larry Ray Willis to the left. Brian Smith lined up as the tight end. Chris Spencer now wide to the right. And Spencer can't handle it.
Again, those short passes aren't going to do you any good. You need points. You got to run deep pattern. 34 seconds, down by 18, man.
I'm still believing you, David.
Go! Yellow 88! Yellow 88!
Willis going straight down the field, incomplete, just in front of the Red Dog bench. Kevin Guy, the intended receiver. Tyrone Peace on the cover. So the clock moves to 30.1 seconds remaining.
Again, I don't understand the play selection right now. You've got to get the ball into the end zone. You got to score points. You're throwing these underneath passes. You're going to pick up a first down. The clock's going to keep running. All for naught. Go!
That's incomplete to Willis. So it'll be 4th down and 10. Foggy rolling out to his right, 24.6 remaining in the contest. This game at one point was 14 all. New Jersey led it one time, 14-7. And since then, they've been rolled. Outscored 44-19 from that point.
Right here.
Big smile on that kid's face. He's happy to be here.
Yellow 88.
He hasn't given up hope.
Yellow 88.
Another short pattern, but a completion to Willis. Good for first down. Down to the 10-yard line. 19.6 seconds remaining. First and goal. Chance just to make it look a little better on the scoreboard.
Go.
Any way you look at it, 3 scored.
Yellow 88.
Flag on the play and a touchdown to Spencer. But there is a flag on the play.
Going to be holding.
Lon Baker is saying it's holding.
Illegal formation on the offense. No tight end declared. 3-yard penalty. Repeat first down.
Well, the long day's almost over for Ricky Foggy. He has thrown 49 passes.
Go! Yellow 88!
Only 18 of them have been complete.
Yellow 88!
Here's pass number 50. And it's picked off. Tommy Jones with his second interception. And he's drilled into the boards by Matt Steeple on the far side. But that will just about do it. 7.3 seconds remaining. Jones is second of the game, 6th on the season, and he's one away from tying for the team or the league high in interceptions.
Well, Foggy's going to go back. He's late on throwing the ball. Larry Ray Willis wide open right there. He throws it late. Tommy Jones makes the interception, takes it up, and now gets slammed into the board.
Steeple, 2 for the price of 1.
Steeple took care of Baker, number 7.
Papin gets the handoff and slips down towards the turf just to allow the clock to run out. And there's the horn that ends the game. Todd Shell's team has come east and come away with the victory. So they've now won 3 of their last 4 as they continue to show improvement, improving to 3-4. Meanwhile, the Red Dogs lose once again. And their record falls also to 3-4.
And John Hufnagel has to be concerned about his offense. Taking another week off. Last week, you change the chemistry. You bring in Foggy. You trade Garcia away. Now you come back out. And again, for the 6th straight time, dating back to '97 season, you lose at home.
We're going to take a short time out. Steve Papin, a big part of the victory for San Jose. They win by 18.